wherever you want to be. Is it playing? Okay, everyone, let us begin morning calisthenics. First, we will start with arm circles. I'm going to count to 50. You do not have to do 50. Stop when you need to, but shoot for 50 long term. Let's start with the left arm, palm up, big old circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you get comfortable and you're not moving your shoulders, your hips are nice and square. Right, that's about 15. You can go a little faster. You can actually go as fast as you'd like. But try to relax your jaw. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 5, 6, 7. You should feel some cracking, some warmth. And then we'll go the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Try not to pause and think about the discomfort and the warmth, but then you'll want to stop. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have your feet hip distance apart. If you're a little close together, it can be a little hard to control your shoulders. And your arms should be straight. Elbows should be locked. 5 more. Whoa. And then we switch. So right palm open. 1, 2. Doesn't this arm feel fresh? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Head up, relax your jaw. 9, 10. 1. This actually feels easier than yesterday, doesn't it? 8, 9, 10. It's fun. It's fun. Head up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll switch directions. 2, 6, 8, 10. And as a reminder, some days you might start doing this and you hit 20 and you're like, okay, I'm good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No need to stop. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And shake it out. And then from here, we're going to do just a few side-to-side bends. And by a few, I mean you can do 50 to 100. So, 2 ways to do this. We'll start first with the easier way, and then I'll switch to the harder way as we keep going. So the first one is you actually keep your arms to your side. You're just going to reach down with your left hand, shift your hips to the right, come back, reach down with your right hand, shift your hips to the right. So it's a little easier than the arms up over your head because it doesn't take your shoulder mobility into account, which you feel this in the side body. Yeah, Mom, that's perfect. You see how you can find that in the side body a little easier? So just shift the hips, and then you can start to grease it once you got it. It's going back and forth. We've hit about 20. 2, left and right. Each one is 1. And then once you feel comfortable, you can start to incorporate your shoulders if you'd like to. You can put one hand on your hip, reach up, more into a half moon. Remember, a lot of calisthenics borrows from old yoga poses. Yoga poses borrow from old martial arts. It's all the same. So many different types. So if you reach this one and you find like you're twisting open, again, just don't reach or lean quite as far. Okay. So don't twist. There you go. And you feel that in the side body. Ah. 42, 43, 44. You can inhale up. And again, once you get comfy with these, you can go pretty fast. You can start just getting into those hips. On. Then from here, we're going to add one in called the Egyptian. So this is the ancient Egyptian. So you're going to turn your palm, one palm open. You can start with the left palm open, right palm down. Okay? And you're going to reach towards the palm that's open. So feet go a little shoulder distance apart. Reach, shifting your hips away from your right palm or your left palm. And then turn your hands and shift your hips in the opposite direction. Reaching forward. Up and shift. So you're leaning in one direction and shifting your butt in the opposite direction. There you go, Mom, you got it. There you go. And you're going to feel this in the side body, across the shoulders. Your arms should be getting tired. This one's smaller, only 50. We're about halfway done. Remember, your body weight is a great way to create power and strength. Shift your hips. And then relax. And then from here, we're just going to do a few big arm semicircles. Don't worry, we'll get more into legs in a moment. Now reach up, reach, reach up, reach, reach up, reach. 5, 6. Elbows are staying locked. 7, as locked as they can be. Try not to let your hips shift. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. If you want to keep going, you can. But then 25 is probably more than enough for that. Yeah, arms are straight. Trying to keep your body upright, trying to bring your arms to along your ears without creating a big shift to the hips. That's what we're after. Now let's do 10, just for kicks. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll give the arms a break for a second. We'll come back to the next rotation. But now we're just going to use the forward fold. So this one, your legs are straight. It's the morning, so be gentle. You're just going to reach down. 1, 2, 3. Just coming down. 4, 5. Trying to push the back of your knee away from your feet, like the front of your legs are tight. And we're shooting for 50. 9, 10, 11. As you do this, range of motion will start to eke in from the morning. But no need to force it. No need to force anything. You can even work up to 100 if you like. So if we hit 50 and you want to keep going, just hit pause on the video and count to 50 more. Dad, just try to stand up all the way. Don't shift your hips forward. Stand tall. Isn't it fun when you get more range of motion in just moments? Oh,
Said Mr. Megan too.
and relax. And then from here, we're going to do a few torso turns. And by a few, I mean 50. So this is where your feet can be hip distance apart. You're not going to move your hips. Press your hands together. Shoulders are down. Rotate, keeping your palms open. Don't let one turn open. Head looking back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to move your hips. 6, 7, 8. And the biggest thing I see sometimes is when people rotate, they want to let their palm kind of open or their back shoulder come up. So you just want to keep that back shoulder down so everything's nice and tight, just like you're doing push-ups, which we'll be doing in a moment. Didn't want to spoil the surprise. Well, this all starts to burn after a while, right? I'm feeling things. The smile masks discomfort in pain. But you never want to get to the point where there's sharpness. If there's sharpness, you just take a break. You should feel like this discomfort will disappear right after you're done with the motion. 2. Try not to move those hips, Rose. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you should stop. And then relax. And then from here, we're going to get into a bit of legs. So this is where we're going to come in one-legged hops. Ideally 50 on each leg. If you can't hop on one leg, I'll walk you through it. But first, you just bend one leg, and you're just going to try to hop. Now, if hopping isn't in your repertoire, all I want you to do is you put one leg, you put a hand on something, and just lift up on your toe, come back down. Coming into one-legged calf raises. Either of those are fine. Trying to push through the big toe if you're doing the calf raise. And if you're doing the jump, right, which can start very quietly, it should be the quietest jump ever. If you can't hear me, I'm relaxed. We're getting to the elastic tissue. This one should be fairly fast. Hey, grab jump rope. Do one-legged jump ropes.
You do the same leg, right?
Mm-hmm, same leg. We're at 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll switch. You should burn in the calf.
Yeah. I did about 20.
That's fine. Remember, if you want to pause and do a little more, feel free to do that. Come in here, hop it in, or come to the heel dips. Pushing through the big toe, whether with the hops or the calf raises. Head up there. Be a tall, happy lobster. We're about halfway there with the hops. Excellent. And for this next one, you can grab onto something, right, if you'd like to, for a little bit of balance, but otherwise, we're just going to get into squats.
Can you do it like this?
No, I want your other foot out, so do not wrap your foot around you. I want you balanced. So then from here, feet are hip distance apart. You can turn your toes out a little bit, especially if you're feeling a little tight this morning. Arms can come out in the classic Russian squat, so just swing your arms out. 1, bring them back. 2, 3, 4, 5, going as deep as is comfortable. 6, 7, 8, just like the forward folds, the depth will get bigger as you keep warming up. 11, 12, 13, 14, 50. Inhale down. Exhale up. 18, 19, 20. How many are we doing? It's a mystery. You just keep going. Try to keep your body upright. Way to shift those hips back, Mom, though. That's perfect. Feels good, though, right? Squatting is good for you. It's a human right. Don't stop now. Keep squatting. Squat yourself to your dreams. We're at 35 squats now. Build a good hunger this way. We're at 50. Ideally, it should be 100. But we'll move on. If you want to pause and do 50 more, have at it. Woo! It's the heart. So then from here, everyone,
Congrats.
push-ups. Woo! Push-ups. So here, you can do push-ups from a heightened position, like so.
That rail may not be.
That rail is not structurally sound, so I won't use it. Or you can go on the ground. Extra credit here. If you tuck your hips under in that posterior tilt, if you know how, you can do a push-up from a posterior tilt. If not, just do a normal one. 25 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is hard to count and do it at the same time. 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I'll do the tuck under from here. So if I tuck my hips under, I get a little more abs. But it's also harder on the chest. 21, 22, 24, 25. If you want to pause and go to 50, feel free.
That'll never happen.
And shake it out, everybody. And for a moment, before we switch off to the abdominal portion of the movements, just do a little 4x4 breathe. So here, keep your body relaxed. Try to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then relax. And now, keep your eyes open or closed for that. And now, we'll move into another location to do the more ab-centric portions of this movement. Complex. Welcome back, everyone. So from here, we're just going to do a few reverse crunches. So 2 ways to do this. Bring your arms down to your sides, tuck your hips. You can bend your legs first. Tuck your hips under so your back's flat with the ground. Let's start from the hips, and then lift your knees up. Bring your knees as far up as you can. Maybe your legs come behind you or just over the top of your head. Maybe not. But the idea is control, keeping your head on the ground. Tucking the hips under. Maybe going all the way back. Coming into a wheel barrow. Going down and up slowly. The other option is you can try to do this from a straightened leg, tucking your hips under, which is a little easier on the momentum side, but if you're being really honest, it's way harder. We're shooting for, ideally, eventually 100, but today we'll shoot for 20. So we've done about 10. You can see as I get tired, my head wants to come off the ground.
Yeah, same here.
That's okay. This is out of all these, this is definitely my weakest position. One more. And then from here, everyone, you can do just a nice crunch from a seated position. So it's helpful if you have a partner. If you don't, you're just going to be very honest, or you can even hook your feet underneath the couch or something like that. Here I'm going to be really honest, but my arms are coming forward, pressing my feet into the ground. Push your shoulders down, pull your feet towards you. And now on an exhale, actually go back. As far as you can without your feet leaving the ground. Inhale, come up. If your feet are hooked, try to use them as little as possible. Yep, as best as you can. Like I just rolled there because I started to lose it. But you should feel the entirety of your abs turn on. If you feel anything lower into your hip, reset, press your feet into the ground, shoulders down, tailbone up, arching your back. Press your feet into the ground, squeeze your glutes. Exhale back, inhale up. This is a bit of a reverse breath, but it actually helps turn on the abs even more. Hard, right?
Yeah.
The goal is to be able to come all the way down and all the way up. But again, if you have a partner, they can grab the back of your knees and help you find that feeling. Like Rosie, can you come grab the back of my knees? Just so you can see what it looks like. So you just grab the calves, gently pull, don't help me. Yeah. And then you can rest. Shooting for about 20, that's about what we did there. And again, if you want to pause and shoot for 100, have at it, but start slow. And then lastly, we're going to do a few reverse breaths. So this is where you're going to be on the ground, feet are flat. You're going to inhale up, arms up over your head, exhale everything out. Hold the exhale, and then lower your butt to the ground, pushing your chest forward so your belly hollows out. Then you can bring your arms back down to your sides and reset. Inhaling up, exhaling out. And then inhaling, only holding for a few seconds. You don't want to get dizzy. And you know you're doing this right if you feel stretch in your abs and your glutes. That's 8. 9. 10. 'And we can do up to 50 of these, which if you want to spend some time with, this whole sequence might take you about 30 minutes, but as you get faster with the other portions, the time will go down and it'll actually become a bit of a cardio workout as well. 3 more. And then here, everybody. You can relax, roll over, and just come into a Sphinx pose, or you can even do a back push-up, which is Sphinx is here, elbows underneath your shoulders, eyes up, stretching your abs out. Or, if you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands up, and again, make it more of a calisthenic burn, inhaling up, squeezing your glutes, pressing your hips into the ground, opening your chest as well as tightening the whole of your spine. Inhale up, exhale. Keeping the hips in the ground. And again, you should start with those pretty lightly, I think 10. But if you're feeling really into it, you can start to get your head into it as well. Lifting your eyes up. Lifting your head up. What? Yeah. And then relax. And you have completed your morning calisthenics. I will see you tomorrow. Or else.
Perfect.